Hello and welcome back to Jarvis Johnson Gold, the premium channel that is free. It is free, but if you're watching this, you're premium. And I have talked about weird products on TikTok before. In fact, I made a video a couple months ago on the regular Jarvis Johnson non-gold channel where I was trying TikTok products. Definitely check that out if you haven't. It was lots of fun. I can't get up. But today I received an email. The email said, hello, there's a particular side of TikTok that keeps showing up on my For You page that baffles me every time I see it. I have no idea if it's some form of comedy because the format is the same every single video, though I'm certain it's a different person/account. Basically, these videos always seem to start with a woman needing to tidy her house because someone is either visiting, mother-in-law usually, or her husband is sleeping/coming home from work. Thanks to RJ for sending me this email. Essentially, there's weird videos promoting TikTok products, but the way that they're weird, you will soon see, is very odd. Okay, so my husband's fallen asleep. It happens all the time. My arm is behind his head. There's no way to get my arm from under his head without waking him up, except I have a bit of a hack. I also have put a inflatable pillow bag thing under his head that I can now inflate to free my arm from his heavy dome. Also, he's drooling. You know, her arm is asleep. She's got to sneak out. Again, she doesn't want to wake the husband, doesn't want to wake the hubby. What? I agree, Mr. Sir. I agree, husband. She drinks water out of this bowl, and then she spits the water onto a stone, so it's a whetstone, and then she uses the whetstone to sharpen an axe. I want you to remember this detail. How could you forget? How could you forget this oddly specific thing that happens in a video about not wanting to wake your husband? But he wakes up. His wife is now sharpening an axe. And she, not unlike myself, has bought a bunch of products from TikTok, and now she's going to unbox them. You know, that is a nice little way to store a bunch of shoes, but I recall when she was spitting the water onto the stone that she already had a place to store her shoes. How many shoes do you have? And why does it need to be a different thing? You've already solved this problem is what I'm trying to say. I also do want to point out that this particular channel almost looks like it has a auto-generated username. It only has a few thousand followers, and I don't think that this is where the content originates. I feel like it's being reposted because it would not make sense why Tom here is making these weird product videos. But, you know, we're learning. This is only the beginning of our journey. I do like that she used the axe to open the box. Is that why she sharpened the axe? So that it could open her packages from TikTok? Got lots of cleaning supplies. These are things that you can, these are normal cleaning supplies. They're not wacky TikTok specific cleaning implements. They're like, isn't it crazy how like a sponge can clean a plate? Like, yo, you have got to check out sponges. There's a lot of slippers in this household. And now you need to clean all the slippers that you have in the shower because the slippers that you have are made out of plastic or rubber or something that's easy to clean with water that they can just hang and dry at the bottom of the shower. Okay. So that was just like a divider. That's for tissue. So it's a tissue box / remote holder for like when you have the sniffles and you're staying home from work, but you need to manage the entertainment system that's controlled by these 4 remotes. And this one that looks like this one looks like an iPod Nano from 2006. I do love that they're showing her opening every box, but this isn't the axe. She's moved on to a more effective box cutter. I'm not convinced that's any more effective than like a washcloth or like something that was like a little rugged, like, I don't know, a sponge with like the rough end would do. But hey, I'm not J130340 to These now are striking me as like my Korean home videos, because when I was on Good Mythical Morning, we looked at something that did this. Oh, that's cool. That's a thing, right? Like an apple peeler. I guess there's like various devices for peeling fruit, and I guess this is one of them. I'll never understand devices like this. Why do the eggs need to be aesthetic, you know? And I feel like it only looks good when the eggs are full. Like, call me old fashioned, but I just use the carton that the eggs come in. There are so many products in this video. I completely forgot that this started with her not wanting to wake up her husband. And I don't know why that was relevant. The bag wasn't one of the products, was it? The Inflato bag for your husband's neck? That was just like the intro to the video. And then she woke the husband up, and then we haven't heard from him since. She probably killed him with the axe. If I'm being honest, just putting 2 and 2 together, she was going to work sharpening that axe. We've seen this on Rhett and Link. We had this, the portable washing machine.
Hold up like this.
What? And then it is also a dryer, which is pretty cool. These are definitely re-uploads, right? I don't know where they came from though. Okay, so this next one comes from a completely different account. Again, I don't know where these videos originate from, but I have to say that they are currently on different accounts. When the child is asleep. All right, so before the husband was asleep, and now the child is asleep, and he fell asleep holding your hair. I remember when I was a kid, couldn't make it to sleep unless my mom gave me a lock of her hair to hold. And boy, did I hold it tight. All right, so your son has fallen asleep, and his grip is so tight that you would rather cut your hair off than pull it out of his hand or wake him up. These are things that you cannot do, but you got places to be. So whip out the scissors. It's chop time. Oh, but joke's on you, my son. I was wearing a wig. You don't know who your real mommy is, because I've always worn a wig around you. You've never seen my true form. Our first product of the video is the child wig that you always have for your kid to grab onto for his emotional support lock of hair. What? That's right. It's another axe. Why are there axes in these videos? What is going on? I genuinely don't understand. I'm genuinely confused, and maybe this is just an engagement trick, but it's not like the axe, like, it was really that important in the previous video. But maybe they're making us think that the axe is going to go somewhere, and then it doesn't, you know? What don't I understand? What am I missing? Why can't you just pour the bowl of water on the stone? Why do you have to put the water in your mouth and then spit it onto the stone in order to sharpen the axe? And then why do you have the axe to begin with? And why was it in the fridge? why was it in the refrigerator is my question. Okay, so same formula. Someone is asleep. That's important. Someone needs to be sleeping for the product, because mommy, when the boys are asleep, that's when mommy gets to cracking open her warehouse full of products to try. And she's got so many, she can't even be bothered with being careful, right? This is like how the UPS, delivery guy's treating her packages. He's just like tossing them around. He doesn't care if there's a fragile label on them. All right. I am pretty sure it's a different woman. Okay, so these don't seem like the same person, but same formula. So maybe these are from the same place originally. Again, I don't know where that place is. Maybe it's the product dimension. Maybe it's the Axe world of smart home products. Oh, and she did a little dance. The other lady didn't do a little dance. Almost to the T though, she does use the axe to open the box. She puts up a shelf. So we've seen one of these before. She's got sandal holders for the shower. Okay, so this lady's having a lot more fun than the previous woman. The previous woman was just like using her axe to like slash boxes open sideways. Mostly cleaning was what she was doing. But this woman, she's having a grand old time. She tricked her son into thinking that she had long hair. And when that son is going to wake up, he's going to have a lock of his mom's hair in his hand and he's going to be real confused. She's also using the axe to open up way more products than the other woman. The other woman used a lot of different slicing implements. Oh, that's cool. I thought this was another mobile washing machine, but now it seems like it's a mop cleaner. I don't know what this is. This is a fancy bucket. Is this a smart bucket? You know how you need the mop to be like wet, but not like dripping wet? And so this shakes it around a little bit. So it's wicked all the water off, all the excess water off. Oh, and it gets it clean, and she just did the cross thing. What is going on? Why is this so formulaic? I don't understand. What does that do? Is it heating them? I'm confused. I'm so confused. I feel dumb. I feel dumb that I don't recognize what these products are doing. It does look like it has some sort of heat vent. And then it has a dial, maybe for temperature, because it does say something Celsius here, but it's like in reverse because this video has been reversed for some reason. Maybe to prevent copyright from whoever they're stealing the video from. Hey, so we've got some of the same products on display here, which is interesting. It's really like a remix of the first video. It's like a cover, you know, like when an artist does like a musical cover, this feels like a cover of a TikTok. Or even, you know, when someone does a TikTok dance trend and it's like, oh, you did the smart home cleaning dance. That's like what this person's doing. They're just doing the trend and they're hitting it beat for beat. I will say having a little pan to make a circular egg, especially for like an English muffin or something, that's a pro tip. It doesn't need to be this, but you can get them real cheap. That's the product that I would shill. If I was a drop shipper or whatever, and I was selling cheap products that I found online, an egg circle, that would be me. What's that? what is going on there? You put a hot dog ? And then you crack some eggs, and then it summoned the egg dog out of the thermos. Honestly, I feel like all you expect from these products is that they technically work. But I guess if you have the unique problem of wanting to create an egg dog, this is the this is the product for you. What was that? What does that do? It doesn't look like it cleans them, because like that's not how you would want to put these things if you wanted them cleaned, right? All right, so we got this again. So again, it's just a cover of the previous video. All right, I had one more that our friend RJ sent to us. Okay, so this one's super relatable, and I'm sure we've all been there. You're lying down with your husband. You guys don't use blankets, and you're kind of just lying on like a mat. Kind of less of a bed and more of like a pull-out couch situation, which you and your husband, you know, just decided that was better for your backs. And then you sleep while holding a square register because it likes to remind you of how the grind doesn't stop and how you're always working even in your dreams. And then he puts your hair in his mouth, because he's got a little separation anxiety, so you can't go too far away from him. That makes him feel nice and safe when you're sleeping on the mat couch. So we've all been there. I just wanted to set the stage for maybe there's some younger viewers who haven't grown up and understood that this is what adulthood is all about. All right, so first of all, she failed at cutting her hair. She didn't even cut her hair, dude. You didn't do the whole job. He would have woken up. He's fully awake right now, right? He's just playing along with it. Why would you do that? And why do you need to do that? And that seems like it's for holding rings. Doesn't feel like it's meant for holding nose hairs, but I will hear you out. After all, this does have 2.3 million likes. And of course, she leaves to, drum roll please, I'm gonna go with sharpen her axe. Is she going to sharpen her axe? There it is. Right out of the fridge where we all keep our axe. Okay. So I'm going to tell you what I don't like about this woman's technique. She didn't spit the water onto the stone. I'm frankly a little disgusted that she would just grab a little bit of water, a pittance of water, and throw it on the stone with her hand. Where's the commitment? I also have to say that it appears that she is in the same place that the first TikTok took place, because we've got one of these. And are there the same shoes in there? Let's do a little bit of investigation. So we've got what appears to be some pink slippers down here. We've got something that looks like Nikes up here. And in this video, different shoes. Different shoes. So she just must be a part of the same cult that buys all these products and puts them all over their house. Okay, he woke up. The child never woke up. The child is still asleep to this day. But the husbands, they always know when something's wrong, especially when an axe is being sharpened. That's another part of adulthood. You learn to recognize the sound of your wife sharpening an axe on a whetstone. Okay, there's a little bit more of intrigue here. The husband's inquiring. And then, of course, she opens the door to the warehouse. And that's where she is now going to start axing open packages. There it is. That's an iron. And he's like, that silly broad, she's always ironing clothes. I hate that about her. We really do have a lot of slippers, and that is the source of most of our problems in life. More slippers? You gotta be kidding me, dude. What is going on? Lots of holders for things. Lots of things that mount to the wall and then hold something, I've noticed. That's cool. What? Okay. All right, hear me out. This is not, you don't need toilet paper up here. you don't need toilet paper at eye level with the goddamn mirror. That is not, you're not going to be like dropping kids off at the pool and then get up, walk over to the sink and grab your toilet paper. No, no, no. All right, this has to make an appearance in every one of these videos, I suppose. I just don't understand why they made the same video 3 times. I just don't understand it. And I want to know. If anyone understands what's going on here, I would love to hear it. I'll also accept theories. I really am just making this video to raise awareness about the axe ladies on TikTok. They need to be stopped. They need to be stopped at once. What is going on? This is a different video, and they're doing the same things. Don't start with an axe. Oh, but you've got a little cleaver. And then she puts the slippers on them. And then she cleans the stove. It's all the same. They're all the same. Why are they all the same but different? I don't understand. I'm stuck in a loop. Can I just end? I don't actually, you know what? I don't need to see how this one ends because I know how it's going to end. And I'm just going to keep watching videos where someone's asleep and then they cut their own hair and then they sharpen a blade and then they pull out a bunch of products from their product closet and then they set up shelving for all of their goddamn flip-flops and slippers. And then they've got to clean their stove, okay? It just always happens. And they're going to blend something and it's just going to all be the same over and over again. So I'm ending this cycle. If you know what's going on, please let me know in the comments down below. And until then, stay gold, everybody. Peace.